Do you want to know what energies are surrounding you during this full moon lunar eclipse? Then this is the timeless, in-depth tarot reading meant just for you to talk about those energies, so keep watching. Hello trick-or-treaters, and welcome back to my channel TrickrTreatTarot, where it is spooky season all year long. If you like Halloween or Samhain, then this is definitely the channel for you, where I do spooky themed tarot pick-a-cards and other spiritual related videos. So if that's your jam, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, and please do consider subscribing to my channel. And while you are subscribing, make sure you hit that post bell notification button so you do not miss out when I post new spooktacular videos every week. Alright you guys, so we are back again with another full moon reading, only this time it is so spectacular and so special. We are having a super full blood moon lunar eclipse. I know that's a mouthful. Oh my goodness. The energies are absolutely insane. This is a huge energetic shift for us, and I am so excited to be making this video to help us all collectively understand what this energy means for us, what is coming our way, what can we expect, and how can we best utilize this energy for our benefit. Okay, we're gonna harness this energy and we're gonna roll with the punches of the cosmos and the universe. Okay, my goodness you guys. So today, as you know, just like we've always been doing with these full moon readings, it is a collective reading. We are collectively seeing what these cosmic energies are guiding us towards, okay? So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do an astrological forecast. We're going to talk about the energy surrounding this eclipse first, and then we're going to go ahead, we're going to do all of the shuffling on camera. We're going to get into our collective message, and then we're going to do a charm casting as well. I've been doing the charm casting. It's so much fun for me, and I think it adds an extra layer to the messages that I normally bring, and I feel like it just kind of creates a more of a personal reading for everyone, okay? So with all that being said, timestamps are going to be in the description box as well as in the pinned comment section down below, okay? So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get right into it. This is, again, a collective reading, and it is also a general reading, okay? So little disclaimer, take what resonates, let the rest go, let it flow, okay? Lots of people are going to be watching this video. Lots of people are going to be watching these messages, and this is a general reading and a collective reading. So something is going to be in here for you, and so just take what resonates, let the rest go. Okay, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna just dive head first, gonna get straight into it, you guys, with our astrological forecast. Let's talk about these energies and what is going on, okay? So if you see me looking down, just because I wrote a couple little notes for me to keep me organized, you guys. So what does this mean? First of all, we have our full moon, okay? We know the full moon's all about bringing change, right? Sometimes it could also talk about resolutions. It could talk about, right, energies coming to fulfillment. It could also be about, conclusions, okay? You know, tying the knot, cycles coming to an end, that kind of thing, right? The big climax. That's what a lot of these energies could be talking about with a full moon. Now, when we add the lunar eclipse into it, this is all about change. This talks about change, renewal, rejuvenation. When you think about this, it's almost like hitting that reset button, right? It's that emotional reset button on us where we just kind of fall back into where it is that we're supposed to be, okay? So it's like everything that's led up to this moment that has been almost kind of unsatisfying, or that has not really served a purpose for us, is taken away, and there becomes a little bit of a clarity, okay? Because with this lunar eclipse, you know, it's the eclipse of the shadow is what's happening here. So we begin to have this new understanding and this new perspective and perception of our shadow self. Well, were aspects of our lives that were hidden in the dark start to come out onto the surface, and we start to have this newfound clarity, this new renewal, emotional rejuvenation, and this brand new insight onto parts and aspects of ourselves and our lives that we didn't have before. So there's a lot of clarity that comes with a full moon lunar eclipse. Lots of clarity, lots of emotional energies that are happening here, as well as a lot of new perspectives, changing our mindsets, that kind of energy happening here. And this full moon lunar eclipse is happening in the sign of Sagittarius, okay? So that's 9th house energy. So what this means with Sagittarius 9th house energy is, right, this is going to be affecting politics, governments, religion, philosophy, spirituality, higher education, higher thinking. These are the aspects, right, the parts of us, the parts of our lives that are going to be affected by this new change, rejuvenation, and renewal energy that's happening here, okay? So what's changing? Politics are potentially going to be changing with this energy. What's changing? Our religion, our philosophies, our spirituality, okay? The way that we think, the way that we view not just ourselves, but the world around us. There's a lot of our perspectives as a collective that's shifting, that's changing. Sagittarius energy is also a very laid back energy, okay? Sagittarians, or Sagittarius energy very much rolls with the punches. They're that kind of go with the flow kind of guy, right? Even though Sagittarius is a fire sign, it is the most laid back of the fire signs, and Sagittarius knows that everything happens for a divine purpose, for a divine reason, and Sagittarius does not like to fight the universe. Sagittarius likes to go with the universe and does what it's told and follows the wave and doesn't really go against the grain. Okay, Sagittarius likes things to run smooth, and Sagittarius likes to have fun. And I think a lot of this energy that's going to be coming in with this new moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is fun energy. Okay, Sagittarius and 9th house energy could also talk about travel. So this could also be have to do with a lot of change in travel, in possible global travel. What is it I'm looking for? You know, we could talk about cruises, airlines. There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Airlines, right? Different stuff like that. Airports, airlines, cruises. Long distance travel mainly is the type of travel that's really focused in this energy here. So that's something that's also going to be in focus here. But I think also what this really is bringing to us is a new kind of era of fun. I think with a lot of this past energy, everyone's been really on edge. It's been really uptight. It's been a little suffocating, you know, with a lot of the things that have been happening. I'm not going to go in depth about that because we all already know it has been a tough past year and a half, okay? It has been tough for every one of us. And I think now this energy is going to start to bring in this new kind of lighthearted energy. And I think this is the beginning of stuff starting to be better, be brighter, and look more positive changes happening here. Now, granted, we are in retrograde season. So with that being said, keep in mind the other astrological forces that are around us: Pluto retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Mercury retrograde, okay? So we still have some tough energy surrounding us, but with this eclipse energy, right, this is going to kind of carry on for the next 3 months. Eclipse energy typically carries on for about 90 days, so keep that in mind as well. So even though we do have some of these retrogrades, you know, this is going to all fall into balance, and they're all going to kind of equal each other out, okay? So weighing those pros and cons and allowing, you know, the retrogrades to bring down one scale, while the eclipses are really going to bring down the other and create a sort of equilibrium, okay? So that's something to also keep in mind during this energy. But I think really this is going to be a very eye-opening experience for everyone, with this having to do with a lot of our spirituality and philosophical ways of thinking. This is really going to be a reset on our morals and values and a lot of our perspectives. And I think this is going to help wake a lot of people up about the world around them and how they really view the world and their place in this world, in this earthly human experience that we are all experiencing, right, in our own individual lives, but collectively together. So with all of that being said, this is a powerful energy shift, powerful change that's happening here. I'm going to go ahead, get right into it. I'm going to get into the shuffling and see what kind of messages Spirit has for us to help us best harness this energy and benefit from this energy of this full super moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Okay, so super excited for this energy. I cannot wait. Let's go ahead. We're going to do all of the shuffling right now. If you don't want to see the shuffling, you can skip ahead. Timestamps are below. You can go straight to your message. If you do want to see the shuffling though, we're getting into it right now. All right, hello trick-or-treaters and welcome back. We are gonna go ahead and get right into it. This is our collective reading for the full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, 9th house energy. Let's go and get right into it, see what Spirit has to talk to us about how to harness this energy and how to benefit from this energy that is surrounding us, okay? Ooh, 10 of Swords, okay? 10 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, okay, 2 of Wands in reverse, King of Cups in reverse, oh, 10 of Cups, this is interesting, and the Fool, very interesting, okay, Spirit. Wow, okay, this is quite the spread we got going on already, you guys. Sheesh, okay, what is going on? A lot. Okay, I'll tell you that much. A lot is going on during this energy. Okay. Oof. So there's definitely a need to slow down. Okay, there's a need to slow down. I see something, yeah, okay. So with the Fool energy, right? This is the only major we got here is the Fool. So again, this is really, and it's upright, which is good. So new beginnings, there's definitely a newness happening here. So we're having this, we know that this energy is bringing about renewal. There's change that's happening here. And we see that it's also bringing about a lot of optimism. With the Fool energy here, this is very optimistic energy. This is really looking towards the future with the brightest mindset and understanding of all the possibilities of what can go go right? How can I succeed? What if I do succeed, right? This is a very good mindset to be in with the Fool to be upright here. So we see that there's a lot of potential here for you really taking chances, taking new risks, really starting some new adventures. There's new adventure that's going to be happening here. And I see new opportunities are going to be coming in as well with this new moon, with this full moon energy in Sagittarius, right? With this lunar eclipse. Now, with that being said, this is also going to come, we have the Ten of Swords here. So there's also going to be the struggle of overcoming this Ten of Swords energy, of overcoming your own mindset of depression, anxiety, destruction, you know. So for a lot of us, we are afraid to take chances. We hold ourselves back, okay? And sometimes we blame other people or situations, but at the end of the day, it's really us, because it's our own choices and decisions that hold us back from moving forward on certain opportunities, adventures that we want to move forward in. So I think a lot of what's happening here is there's going to be that shift and that change from that anxiety and depression to new optimism. I see that's really the transformation that's happening here, is we're letting go of that Ten of Swords and we are rebooting our minds, right? Because we were talked about that this energy in Sagittarius, Sagittarius is very laid back energy, right? We're rolling with the punches here. We aren't thinking about what can go right. We're just rolling with the punches. We're allowing the universe to take us. We're riding this wave, and we have this new mentality that's going to be coming in, right? Sagittarius energy is this new mentality, philosophy, spirituality, morals, and values. And that's really what's going to be the benefit of this full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, okay? And we see that then the benefit of that is going to be this Ten of Cups energy. We're going to have so much more fulfillment to look forward to. And I think too, with this being in the beginning of our spread and then this being at the end of our spread, I think this is also too a foreshadow of previously, right, in the previous year, things have been really tough. Things have been really hard. And this has caused a lot of anxiety, a lot of depression, a lot of questioning on, you know, our own beliefs, our own spirituality, our own philosophy, and also as well as politics. Okay, there's been a lot about, you know, a lot of thinking and rethinking about, you know, what it is that we believe, you know, as an individual, but also as a whole, as the collective, okay? And I think that also talks about, you know, certain conspiracy theories and things like that, that maybe a lot of you guys watching this have been, you know, really contemplating. But I see a lot of that fear, because that's what this is this fearful energy. There's a lot of fear here with the Ten of Swords. We're letting that fear go, and we're now allowing ourselves to kind of live more in the moment. Sagittarius energy is really about living in the moment and enjoying the present time and enjoying what you have here and now, and not really thinking so much about the future or too much about the past, and just allowing yourself to really live in the moment and appreciate the moment that's happening right now, and really allowing yourself to be grounded in that moment, and really really allow yourself to be calm and at peace. Sagittarius is very at peace with itself, okay? So we see that happening here. We see that there's going to be this emotional fulfillment. We see you're going to be very at peace with yourself, and we see that it's going to be absolutely beautiful. And I think also too that with the Seven of Pentacles energy, this is talking about reaping the fruits of your labor, right? So we see that now is the time for planting those seeds, and then allowing those seeds to grow and being able to pluck that fruit later on. So there's a growth period that has to happen here, and there's also, you know, patience that you have to have here during this situation. And we know that too with the Two of Wands in reverse, that there's definitely patience here. There's definitely a need to allow yourself to not rush the process of this change and not rush the process of this new mentality, because there's work that has to be done here, and it's going to take time, right? This isn't going to be an automatic shift. You're not going to wake up the next morning after the eclipse and all of a sudden everything's going to be fine, great, and you're going to be like this positive human being. No, that's not how this works. It's going to take time. It's going to take, you know, a while for you to really adjust to this energy and to really make the choices and decisions to make the changes necessary to harness this energy, right? So this energy is here, but you have to decide to be a part of it. You have to decide to welcome it into you and to make the changes in your life necessary to correspond with this energy, okay? The changes aren't going to happen by themselves. You have to make the changes, okay? This is just what the energy is bringing to you and telling you how to harness this energy, how to make the changes. But you, at the end of the day, have to do it for yourself, okay? And then we also have the King of Cups in reverse energy here. So this could, again, talk about emotional energies, right? Maybe this could talk about significant masculine energy playing a significant role in your life, who's possibly a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, or Cancer. This could also talk about your own emotional growth, okay? Growing emotionally, understanding your own emotions, and where it is that you want to be in the future, and your own emotional fulfillment, and what that looks like, and what are the goals that you can set to achieve that, okay? We see that there's a need for balance here too. Balancing possibly finances and emotions. So that's something else that I see here. There's financial energy happening here, but there's also emotional energy happening here. Let's go ahead and see what else we got going on. So we have the Asylum, okay. And we have blessings, good energy. And we also have the feeding, okay. Interesting. So, with the Asylum energy here, this for me talks about emotional reform. This could also talk about mental reform, philosophical reform, spiritual reform, okay? We could think about your mindset. What is the work that you have to do on your mind in the Asylum, right? We talked about that anxiety, that depression, those fears. That's what has to be reformed here in the Asylum in order for you to really benefit from this full energy, which is ultimately going to help you achieve the 10 of Cups, okay? We see that there are blessings that are coming with this new Sagittarius energy, this full moon lunar eclipse. So we see there's reform that you have to do on yourself. There's a lot happening in the head. This is going to be very, very I don't want to say stressful or straining, but it's going to be mostly focused on your mental and emotional health. That's what this is really affecting here. Mental and emotional health and a clarity as well. So, right, for a lot of you guys walking around, you might have been having this fog, right? This mental fog, or you've had these preconceived ideas or notions about what reality is or should be, and you're gonna have this fog clear during this time, during this lunar eclipse, and you're gonna start to see things clearly, and you're gonna start to have a new understanding of how things actually are versus how you perceived them to be. And this again is going to, there's going to be an awakening that's happening here, and this awakening is really going to allow you to tap into a lot of your spiritual abilities as an individual, and it's really going to allow you to start to manifest the life that you want to live. It's going to help you start to communicate with spirit, with loved ones, your guides, your ancestors, your angels. That's definitely what I see happening here. And with the feeding energy here, I see that there's also going to be a focus on diet, on exercise, on what are you feeding your body, and also what are you feeding your mind, okay? What are you feeding to yourself? What are you putting into your body? What are you putting right into your mind? So this is going to talk about not just certain foods or diet and exercise, but also the music that you listen to. That's going to change. The television that you watch, the types of shows or movies, that's going to change, okay? The books that you read or the books that you're not reading, that's going to change, okay? There's a lot of shifting that's going to be happening here because your mental state of mind is going to be shifting during this energy. All of that, oh, excuse me, pardon me. All of that energy is going to be affecting you too, and just the way that you live your life in general. I feel that there's going to be a very large shift in lifestyle. So there's going to be a lifestyle change that's happening for all of us. For some of us, it will be more significant than others. For others, it's going to be a small lifestyle change, and for others, it's going to be a very significant lifestyle change. It really just depends on how you are currently living your life and how you're currently affected by these energies versus, you know, other people. You know, some people are just more woke than others. And so those of us who have been already living our life of, you know, in a very spiritual manner, this isn't going to have as significant of an effect as people who are not spiritually awake yet and are now going to start to awaken through this energy shift, okay? I hope that makes sense, but that's definitely some more energy that's happening here with the cauldron. Okay, again, this is talking about changes in diet, right? What you're feeding yourself, okay? Mind, body, and soul. But this also talks about slow change over time, okay? This is alchemical energy that's happening here. So I speak faster than, or I think faster than I can speak when I'm channeling these messages, you guys. So just bear with me. I apologize. So this is alchemical energy that's happening here. So definitely we're seeing slow changes over time and a lot of transformation, mind, body, and soul. That is definitely what's happening here. We have the lighthouse. So the universe is guiding you towards something that's brighter. The universe is guiding you towards a safe haven. They're showing you, right, what's hidden in the dark. When we think about the lighthouses, right, the ships that are in the night, they're sailing in the night. It's pitch black. They can't see. And the lighthouse is allowing them to have small illumination in the darkness to see where it is that they're going, to show them what's hidden in the dark and allow them to find their way home. So that's what's happening here. We talked about that in our astrological forecast, that this lunar eclipse is going to be putting light on our shadow self. It's going to be putting light on things that were hidden that are now going to be brought to light, that are going to be brought to clarity, and we're going to have new perspective and understanding of these situations that we didn't see before. So that's also very, very good. The bee, so we see that there's going to be new fortune that's happening. This is good fortune energy. This is hard work energy. This is good financial energy, right? So we see financially you're going to be looking nice, okay? Physically you're going to be looking good. We're going to be healthy. This is, you know, mind, body, and soul energy here, and I see that this is really going to start to spill out into work as well. I think you're going to start to change the way that you view work, view your career, and I think this is also affecting a lot of our career choices and decisions. We know that we've been in a shift, right, through our finances and through our careers because of, you know, Pluto-Saturn conjunction in Capricorn, and then we also have this Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, and Saturn is going retrograde in Aquarius. So we know there has been a lot of energetic shifts with our finances, with our careers in general. And I think this eclipse is also just going to help emphasize a lot of that energy as well, moving in with this lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius wants you to be happy, wants you to do what feels right for you, what feels good to you. Sagittarius does things that feels good for them, that feels right for them. Sagittarius doesn't do things for other people. Sagittarius does things for itself, okay? He understands that, you know, Sagittarius understands that it's their life that they're living. So it's my life, it's your life. We're doing things that's going to make me happy, that's going to make you happy, nobody else. Because at the end of the day, we're the one who has to live with our choices, our decisions, and our careers, okay, and our finances. So keep that in mind as well. And then we have epoch, pause in your journey. Yeah, so we talked about this, that there's going to be a pause. There's going to be a little bit of a pause happening here. And I think this is really going to happen in the beginning of this energetic shift that's happening here, when you start to shift this mindset. So because there's work that has to happen here first, right, with the asylum, and we know that this is a slow change over time with the cauldron, and also with the Seven of Pentacles energy, slow shift over change, right, with the Two of Wands in reverse. There's a pause in the journey, right? We're pausing, we're taking a minute to really weigh our pros and cons and think about where it is that you really want to go before you make a decision on which direction to go in. So we know that there's going to be a pause, there's going to be a little bit of a slowdown, and that's going to be in the beginning of this journey, okay? The beginning of the journey is going to be slow. It's going to be self-developing. It's going to be mental clarity. It's going to be new perspectives and understanding, right? A little bit of Hangman energy that's happening here as well. So that's really going to be the beginning of this energy, and then things are going to really start to pick up, and as it picks up, it's going to get faster, and you're going to start to build momentum, and then the changes, ooh, girl, they're just going to start rolling in, okay? Rolling in, I'm telling you. And we have Orinda, honor your mystical creative force. Okay, so honoring your mystical creative force. Again, this is really talking about creativity, right? Sagittarius is a fire sign. We know fire energy is all about creativity. So finding your creativity. Creativity also talks about higher ways of thinking, more creative ways of thinking, right? Creativity could talk about also understanding perspectives, other pair views, okay, of certain situations, people, and outcomes. So this is also that. And also mystical energies, again, talking about religion, spirituality, and rediscovering your own faith during this time. That's going to be very, very important here too. We're going to see a lot of people are going to be rediscovering their faith, maybe going back to their faith that they let go of, or maybe just kind of reforming it, or starting a new faith altogether that just feels more right for them. But we definitely see that there's going to be a large shift in religion and spirituality during this time, okay, and philosophy as well. And we have palmistry interpretation. Okay, so this full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is all about interpretation, which is interesting because we know that it's all about philosophy, and philosophy is about interpreting situations. It's about interpreting ideas, aspects, okay, people. So, you know, time. So how are you interpreting things? We understand that that mindset is also going to be very important, you know, changing how we interpret certain, certain things to have a negative outcome versus interpreting things of having a positive outcome. Okay, so we see that that again just really is clarity, right? Clarifying the messages that the most important shift that's happening here is our mental shift, is our clarity, the way that we interpret things, okay, the way that we understand things, our own perspectives of situations, people, and outcomes. Okay, we also have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. We know that, okay, that's beautiful. We know that things have been tough, okay? Ten of Swords energy. It's been tough. It's been hard on all of us, on everyone. We've been through some tough times. We are still going through some tough times, but the end of a tough cycle is approaching. So the end is getting near. It's gaining near. So it's not here just yet, but it's almost here, and we're about to climb that mountain, and we're about to hit that climax, and everything's about to get a little bit better, a little bit brighter, and a little bit more fun for all of us collectively. And that's going to be so exciting. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for that. And then we also have meditate and contemplate, new moon in Pisces. Again, meditate and contemplate. So that's just really, again, talking about your mindset, getting back on track with your spirit guides, your ancestors and angels, right? Getting back in sync with the universe. The universe wants to guide you, so make sure you do your meditation so you're able to listen to the signs of the universe, right? And this also talks about contemplating what are the aspects of your life that needs reformation, okay? This could talk about your mindset, okay? Your mental health, okay? Diet and exercise, okay? Certain lifestyle changes that you need to make in order to have a healthier and more spiritual and fulfilling way of living, because those are the changes that we see ultimately happening during this energetic shift, okay? We have 12th house escape. So this is going to also talk about escapism. For some people, this is going to be about breaking certain habits that, you know, that are kind of your way of escaping reality. Okay, so for some of us, maybe that is certain drug addictions, alcohol addictions, shopping addictions. Okay, so if you have any kind of substance abuse or some kind of an addiction, you know, your own way of being able to escape from reality, that's going to end up being a reform that's going to happen during this energetic shift as well. Letting go of that escapism and being able to allow yourself to cope in healthier ways, because you are going to start to understand what your reality actually is. So sometimes when we have this escapism mentality and we fall into the cycles of, you know, certain kind of substance abuses or addictions in order to escape from our own reality, it's because the way that we're viewing our reality is in a very negative tone. Now, if we start to change the way that we view our reality and we start to view it in a more positive way, then we can start to tap into our powerful cosmic energy of manifestation, and we can start to manifest the reality that we actually believe that we're living in, which could be brighter and more powerful and more fulfilling than the one that we previously were believing in. So once you start to believe that you're living a more fulfilling life, you will start to live a more fulfilling life, and you'll be able to let go of a lot of those addictions and substance abuses, because you'll no longer need to cope with the reality that you don't want to live, because you're living the reality that you do want to live. Wow, I really hope that made sense to you guys watching this, because that was a mouthful. Oh my goodness. So that is your straight up channeled messages from Spirit surrounding this full moon, super moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse energy in Sagittarius 9th house. Okay, wow, you guys, so that's crazy. I'm gonna go ahead, we have our last card here. This is our affirmation, kind of to sum up this overall energy that we got going on here. What does it say? Patience. Boom, boom, you guys, patience. Okay. Congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much, much later. Waiting a long time is the sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this, you're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how this patience will transform your life. So I think with this patience energy, this makes a lot of sense, because for me, Sagittarius energy is kind of like vacation energy, right? Sagittarius just wants to have fun. Sagittarius is very laid back. Sagittarius, you know, rolls with the punches, laid back. He understands, right, philosophy, morals, values, the inner workings of the universe. Sagittarius energy is very deep thinking energy. It's very deep thought. And when you're a deep thinker, you understand certain aspects of living that requires you to have patience, because you're patient with yourself in your deeper thoughts. So you're patient in the way that you understand certain concepts of living, because you have taken the time to really do the research and to really contemplate these aspects, to understand them on a deeper level. And so for me, what this is really talking about is right now there's going to be patience, right, in the beginning when this reform starts to happen. And what this is then going to give to you is more patience. And I think that we're going to start to enter a shift where everything was really fast paced before. So maybe everything was really fast paced and you were very impulsive in your decision making or in your reactions. You didn't think before you reacted, and you just, you know, maybe you say things that you don't mean, or, you know, you've done things that you regret because you lived very in the moment, okay, and you didn't think about consequences in the future from certain things that were happening in the present. And so what this is going to do is this is going to grant you more patience. You're going to have the ability to be patient with other people, with other situations that are happening around you. You're going to learn to not be so impulsive, okay? Sagittarius is the least impulsive of the fire signs. So you're going to start to gain patience, right? You're going to learn how to control yourself. There's self-control that's happening here. You're going to learn a lot about yourself, a lot about self-control. And also this is going to help slow everything down a little bit, where we can stop competing with each other and start working with each other. Okay, I'm going to say that again. So we can stop competing with each other and start working with each other. There's way too much competition that's been happening in the world. Everyone is in competition with everyone. Okay, who's living the better life? Who's living their best life? Who has more money? The best fashion sense? The best good looking? You know, like, who cares? Like, why can we not just support each other and what it is that we're doing and how we are growing? And I think that's really a part of this energetic shift that's happening here, is we're going to start working with each other more. We're going to start really supporting each other more, because we're going to have this new mental clarity that's going to be coming into our minds with the collective, this new emotional understanding, and there's going to be new stability that's happening. I think everyone's going to have a new stable frame of mind, and it's going to be very, very beautiful. Okay, very beautiful. So these are powerful messages that are happening here with this right lunar eclipse energy that's happening, a strong energetic shift, and it's very powerful and it's very beautiful as well. Like, I am with it. I'm so with these energies. I am vibing with this energetic shift, and I'm so excited to see how it's going to affect everybody, including myself. I cannot wait for this, because I think it's just going to be so beneficial, you guys. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get into our charm casting now, okay? All right, boos and ghouls and witchy souls, we're going to go ahead and get into our charm casting now to give us some more clarification, some more information on the energy surrounding us during this full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, okay? And I do apologize that sometimes I get really excited when I'm channeling the messages, and you know, I stumble over my words, but you know, that's just me, that's just what happens. So, you know, bear with me, you guys. Sometimes it's a lot, you know, my mind moves, you know, thinks faster than I can talk when I'm channeling the messages. And sometimes, you know, I get overly excited, you know, from the energies that I'm feeling. And so that all just really plays an effect on my mood during a lot of these readings, okay? So if you notice my mood kind of shifts during the readings, that just has to do with the energy that I'm feeling and the messages that I'm channeling at that moment in time, okay? Anyway, with that being said, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get into our charm casting now, okay? Okay. What is happening? Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay. So, okay, so what I'm seeing here is there's a need we see to listen to your guides. There's a need to listen to your intuition, follow your intuition. And I see here too that transformation energy, there's Scorpio energy happening here, transformative energy that's happening. That's the biggest thing that I see happening during this energetic shift, is really a transformation, right? Mind, body, and soul. There's definitely transformation, lifestyle transformation that's happening here. And I see that it's for the best. I see that you're really changing for the best. And I see that things are going to start to look up. And I see luck is really going to be on all of our sides. I think a lot of us are going to start to feel really lucky, like things are really working out for us during this energetic shift. I see that there's a positive mindset that's going to start happening here. And I also see that there's emotional fulfillment that's happening here. I think we're also changing the way that we feel. Our own, right, emotional intelligence is shifting in itself, which is really, really amazing. And I think a lot of us are going to start to be more open about not only our fears and doubts, but also about our hopes and our dreams. I think emotionally, we've been very quiet as a collective, but because I think a lot of people have been afraid to express themselves because of just that competitive mindset that the world has been in, that they've been, you know, people have been afraid to express their true feelings because they don't want to be looked down upon based off of how they actually feel inside, you know, what their actual dreams and desires are. But I see with this shift now happening, this emotional shift, and transformation, everyone's going to be more open, and there's going to be a lot more honesty that's happening here. And it's going to be really beautiful because I see that there's going to be a lot more support that's happening here as well. I think people are going to be supporting each other more. I see that there's going to be a lot of focus on the self as well. There's a lot of self-growth that's happening here during this time. And I also see that there's going to be growth career-wise, right? We talked about that, finances, career, there's growth that's happening there. New partnerships and relationships are going to be forming during this time as well. And then we see, yeah, more emotional energy, right? There's a lot of emotional energy happening here, a lot of emotional energy that's transforming here as well. So definitely transforming our emotional self, our emotional intelligence, the way that we deal with certain situations, aspects, right? Situations and aspects, our own reactions. We're going to start to, right, be able to there, because we talked about a lot more self-control. There's definitely control over the self that's going to be happening here, and right, that's going to ultimately affect how we react to certain situations, which is ultimately going to affect the outcome over certain situations. There's a lot more communication that's going to be happening, instead of, right, a lot of that passive aggressive energy, bottling things inside, which then in turn leads to, you know, kind of resentment. But I see all of that is letting go. A lot of this energy that's happening here is very laid back energy. I see that there's going to be a lot of abundance of love happening here as well. I see loving energy is definitely the key here to really moving forward with this energy. And then we also see here that, you know, the universe has some tricks up their sleeve. I think everyone's going to be really surprised by this energy. And I think secrets are going to really start to be revealed as well. And I think in a positive way, not in a negative way, like negative secrets, but I think people are just going to start to be more honest. Honestly, that's what I see here, is there's a lot more honesty happening in this shift. Which is interesting because we also had that movement in Scorpio energy happening as well. We know Scorpio can sometimes be very secretive, right? Very private people, but I see that people are going to start to be more open about themselves. And I see that's going to create a lot of relatability in certain situations. And that's going to create a lot of love and a lot of support. Okay. I see that it's also, this energy is bringing a lot of humanitarianism. Okay. I see that it's the time to really give back to others. So this is not a time for taking, but it's a time for giving. Other people are going to be wanting and willing to give you support, and you're going to be wanting and willing to give others support. Okay, so that's going to be the most beautiful thing about this. It's time to give back. It's time to, right, donate your money to certain causes, certain you know, foundations, charities, and also your time, donating your time to volunteering at certain foundations and charities, but also being a shoulder to cry on, volunteering your time to friends, helping family, helping loved ones, helping people in need, helping be a support system, be that helping hand. If somebody needs you to help them move, if somebody needs you to loan them money, if somebody needs you, if somebody just needs you, okay, whatever it is that they need, if they need you, you are going to be there for them, and vice versa. If you need someone, they're going to be there for you. There's definitely, I see a lot of that giving energy. Everybody's going to be very willing to give during this energetic shift here that's happening, because we're all going to be in that mindset where we're going to really need somebody to lean on as we start to have that mental shift and that mental clarity, and we're all going to really just need to lean on each other during this shift. Okay. Wow. Woo. Okay. So that is our message, our channeled message for our lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Strong, powerful energies. I really hope that this reading resonated. If it did, please do let me know in the comments down below, you guys. If you haven't already, please do give this video a big thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel, you guys. And also make sure you share this video with a loved one, with your friends or family, so that way they can understand how to benefit from these energies that are going to be surrounding this full moon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. Okay, so that way we can spread this clarity, this insight, this motivation and inspiration to help everyone, okay, in all aspects of our lives. With all that being said, it has been such an absolute pleasure. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all of your love, all of your support, all of your beautiful comments. I love you guys so, so much. I love watching this channel grow. It is so abundant and so beautiful. And I am just so happy that I made the decision to create this channel and to bring these messages to you, because it has been so fulfilling to me. So thank you guys again so much. It has been such a pleasure. If you haven't already, make sure that you also check out my other messages on our Saturn retrograde and our Pluto retrograde to help gain some more insight on this cosmic energy that is surrounding us as a collective, okay? And I will be posting a video on the Mercury retrograde as well, so make sure you have those notifications on, you guys, so you don't miss out on that video, okay? So with all that being said, it has been such a pleasure. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day or night, and I will see you guys on the next one. Okay, keep it creepy. Bye, you guys.